is that I hate men.
I became a stripper at 18 or 19 years old.
I have an ATM between my legs and I'm just using it. All I gotta do is put my card in and that's it. And put the PIN number and boom, money just comes right out.
Listen to this woman describe herself as a literal ATM machine and then wonder why she hates men. She turned her body into a commercial transaction, reduced herself to a financial instrument, and now she's shocked that this has warped her psychology and destroyed her ability to view relationships as anything other than economic exchanges. This is what happens when women are told that selling their sexuality is empowering. They end up psychologically damaged and unable to form genuine human connections. She hates men because she's trained herself to see them only as walking wallets.
There's no pro when it comes to dating a woman who does work. Very
she can make a lot of money. Like they could have a lot of time together. I mean, there's a lot of freedom.
Who should pay on the first date?
Who should pay on the first date?
Who should pay on the first date?
A man.
Should a man be a provider?
Yes.
Your money's irrelevant.
My money's mine.
Great, but so you just made the argument that, well, she makes a lot of money, therefore that will be to some benefit to the man. But the fact of the matter is, women don't share their resources with men.
I think some women do.
You just said you want men to pay on the first date, so even from the jump, you guys don't share your resources with men. So look, the reality is, when it comes to the money, right, the reality is that's why men aren't, quite frankly, are not interested in your career, your education, your success, your ambition, your whatever, your money, because you guys we don't reap any sort of benefit from it. And then just on an evolutionary from an evolutionary biological level, we don't even find it attractive on that level. But on a purely practical level, girls don't pay for first dates, girls don't take us on trips, so we don't give a about it. It's good for you.
A lot of girls do. A lot of girls do.
If you consider yourself a person that would never date an SW worker, an OF girl, or anything like that, I'm going to tell you why you should change your mind.
The negative side of being a stripper. Here we go. So surprisingly, I'd say number one is the money. I know you're gonna think like, what does she mean, the money? The money is good. Yes, the money can be good, but then sometimes it's not good. There's nights you can make 1,000, 2,000, and then there's nights you make nothing. So every single night you are dealing with like a roller coaster of emotion, like, oh my God, am I gonna be able to afford this? Am I gonna be able to afford that?
Where would we go on our first date?
I usually go to the gym for the first date.
Today officially makes 1 month since I quit working at the strip club after 10 years of being a spicy dancer.
A lot of things will be hard for you to comprehend. That's why you're in work, because you can't offer value in the marketplace.
What the fuck?
If you had significant IQ and skill set, you'd be able to go into the marketplace and earn a good income such that you didn't have to do that. Being that the most valuable thing about you is something that you never earned. You didn't earn knowledge, you didn't earn skills. It's your breasts that you're paid for and your so you market that to earn money.
This man just delivered the most brutal truth these women will ever hear. He's exposing the fundamental lie that society tells women about sex work being empowering. The reality is that stripping is what women do when they have nothing else of value to offer the world. It's not female empowerment, it's female failure. These women are monetizing the one thing they were born with instead of developing actual skills, intelligence, or capabilities that could sustain them long term. And the market has spoken clearly about what their bodies are actually worth. Most of them are making minimum wage or less after expenses.
Should I quit my job to become a stripper?
Well, I'll tell you. Reasons why you should not be a stripper. Especially with the progression of TikTok, it is so easy to just look at all these videos and see all these girls making all this money and be like, oh my God, why am I not doing this? It's not that they're lying or that these things aren't actually happening to people who dance, but it kind of glamorizes and brushes over the bad parts of it. So let's get into it. First of all, dancing is not for everyone and it's not for anyone forever. There will come a point where you physically can no longer do it. You are going to get old, your ankles are going to give out, you will most likely develop knee problems.
Yes, so I just found out like a lot of people don't know that strippers pay to work. So basically you go in and like depending what shift you work, what club you're at, the rate is different. My home club was really, really low compared to every other club I ever been to. There was a couple like go-go bars I danced at in Jersey, and their house fees were crazy, but it was after 7. So if you got there at 7 p.m., which is way too early if you're trying to stay till 2 a.m., then you only had to pay $25, I think. And then like after 7, it just kept getting higher. So if you came at like 10, your house fee is almost like $100, if not over $100, depending on the day. Miami's house fees are ridiculous. It's like $300 after tip out and house fee that you were spending just to have work. So if you didn't make $300, you made negative money and nobody cares.
My second point is going to be about bad days. Like, yes, you see girls on TikTok and YouTube taking home thousands of dollars a day. And that's fantastic. It feels amazing when you do, but it makes those bad days feel even worse because there's going to be days you take home $50, $0. The club is slow as and everyone's making you mad. It's hard to realize how much that takes a toll on your mental health. When you have these amazing days and then you have these horrible days, I think it makes your self-worth very tied to like income and tangible items. And it's a really unhealthy cycle that I've had to battle, and every other dancer I know has also had to battle because it looks really flashy and glamorous. But like I said, this job will make or break you, so choose your battles wisely. Since TikTok is very much glamorizing the dancing scene right now, I feel like it's really important that I go over the dangers of the job.
$120 for a 7-hour shift? Yikes. Okay, so yep. It was about 7.5 hours, $10 difference with the food, but if that $10 would have been added to the money that I made that day, this would have been a little bit higher, but that's still, let's just say like $18 an hour. And $18 an hour isn't terrible. This video wasn't to say, hey, you're going to make $300 every night, you're going to get rich, this is a get rich quick scheme, because it's not. They think that all this money is in that industry and they're going to make so much money, but little do they tell these girls that literally their self-respect goes down the drain. You really start to hate yourself and your mental health just goes down the drain along with everything else.
So basically, it's not all sunshine and rainbows over here. I spend a lot of time on this account glorifying my job and talking about how much I love being a dancer, but I thought I would make a video kind of pointing out some of the cons because I, in no way, shape, or form, want these young people to look up to me that follow me on this account and think that it's all sunshine and rainbows over here. Number one, which is also a pro, but in a lot of ways can be a con, is the money. The money in this industry is extremely inconsistent. You never know what you're going to make day to day, week to week, month to month, or even yearly. And so that can be really hard for a lot of people to budget or fall back onto. And then you realize you're not making the same that you were before. There's been times when I've made thousands of dollars in one night, and then the next night I literally make $0. And so that inconsistency can be really, really hard for a lot of people.
Financial instability. Yes, there are some girls who work at these clubs in these bigger cities who will walk out with 10 grand in a night. I've also seen girls walk out with $10 in a night. You can't really plan for things, and I know that this made me, especially with my credit, really hard getting things like a car, a house, etc.
To all the girlies who want to be a dancer so bad, don't do it. This is not your sign. Any video you see, this is not your sign. You know how rare it is to get a club that's like consistent like that? It's very hard. It's not very easy. I worked and I only made $4. 2 girls out of all the girls I worked at made over 100 today. Like, I took off my clothes today for $4. Do you really think that's worth it? No! Don't say this is my sign. It's not! I promise. Stay to your office 9-to-5 job. You guarantee money. Me not.
Hey everyone, Lilith here, talking about your day-to-day stuff. So I just want to talk about how everyone's like, oh my god, this makes so much money. And sometimes that's true, and sometimes it's not true. You can't sit around and be pretty. You gotta hustle the whole time. If you don't, you might not even make minimum wage. You might not even come out with anything. You might do your tip out, you might pay your house fee, and then end up with nothing at the end of the night if you don't have a strategy.
Let me tell you all something. These girls are glorifying being a dancer, but there are a lot of negatives to it. I was a dancer for 5 years at the age of like 17 all the way to like 23. More of the story, yes, you make money, but it comes with other things. Please be careful out here.
I see a lot of girls on here romanticizing stripping, but I want to give you the very raw truth of what it's like. This past week very much explains it all in a nutshell.
I did extremely well that night, but I got followed home.
In this job, you need to be very, very aware of your surroundings and always trust your gut. This is a very dangerous job. Not gonna sugarcoat it, men can be disgusting. Luckily, I was aware and I noticed and I called the police. I had never been so scared in my life and didn't sleep that night. And this is what I mean when I say not everyone can do this job. The money is nice, but you give so much to do it. And now I just want to show you the new bruises I got this week.
The negative side of being a here we go. So surprisingly, I'd say number one is the money. I know you're gonna think I want the shimmy and the money is good. Yes, the money can be good, but then sometimes it's not good. There's nights you can make 1,000, 2,000, and there's nights you make nothing. So every single night you are dealing with like a roller coaster of emotion, like, oh my God, am I gonna be able to afford this? Am I gonna be able to afford that? Or like, imagine if it's a really bad month or whatever. So you're always stressing about money. So yeah, money can be really good, but you constantly stressing and think like, oh, it's never enough, because then you've got things like a pandemic hitting you and then you're like, oh my God, what am I gonna do?
What up, y'all? So I've been getting a lot of messages from ladies saying, can you please share some more videos? And one thing about it, I want to work on being more transparent and vocal about this, because I notice a lot of people get on this app and only share the glamorized aspects of being a dancer. They don't really get into it, and it can be very misleading for people who's trying to get into the industry. So I'm going to tell you the ugly truths of being a dancer. First things first, you are not going to make $1,000 every single day. You are not going to make a bag every single day. Please get that out of your head immediately. Exit out. It really be like that, to where there'll be 70 girls in the club and only 8 customers come in throughout the entire night. It really be like that sometimes, to where you have to stay down till you come up, and I'm left with as little as $13. It really be like that some nights, to where you're struggling to make $100. It is what it is.
Okay, but what if I'm never able to afford to move out? Like, and I'm struggling making money because the club is so dead. It's so dead.
A realistic money count as a in 2024. 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. 20, 40. That's it. That's always it.
Where are the $500 days? What happened to that?
You got girls in here that are literally having to do extras, go in the back, you feel me, to make that money, because they're not really just getting it from talking and being on stage and being able to really do tricks and dance and have a good clientele in that aspect. They have to go and offer extras to everybody that walk in the club. And now if that's something that's up your alley and you feel comfortable with doing that, go ahead and take your there's a true club, by all means. You feel me? I'm not putting the girls down because I've done it.
I was gonna get my nails done.
You about to go do that right now?
Yeah.
Oh, for real shit. How you gonna get them done?
I don't really know yet.
Okay, then. Go ahead and get them purpose, man. Well, shit, look, you come here and call me back. After you get them with your FaceTime. And I'll let you know what plans up there.
I mean, that's it. Like, you're not gonna ask for my cash up or nothing?
Your cash out for what?
You invited me on a date and I need my nails done. I mean, I thought it was clicking your head while I'm telling you I'm going to get my nails done.
No, I asked you on it. I'm not waiting. Hold up. Let me back up. I got to get your nails done to take you on a date.
Yes, you do. Like, if you invite me on a date, I have to look a certain way. And it's your job as a man to make sure I look like that. Like, baby, who raised you? It seems like your parents failed.
You just said it, though. I'm not your man yet.
Okay, but you're trying to be. Taking me on a date mean you trying to be my man, right?
I'm trying to be.
Okay, so you need to show me that you even worthy of me giving you my goddamn time.
Wow, that's crazy. I pay for my girl days, but I don't even, I'm still trying to get to know you.
It's giving broke energy. It's giving broke energy. It's giving broke. It's giving broke. It's giving broke. Y'all do so sassy.
What you just witnessed is the complete exposure of the simp economy and how it's destroying men's lives while enriching women who openly despise them. This isn't about female empowerment or choice. This is about a predatory industry built on exploiting male loneliness and extracting resources from men who get nothing in return except the privilege of being despised by the women they're funding. Let's be clear about what's really happening here. The strip club industry exists because society has created a generation of lonely, desperate men who are willing to pay premium prices for fake female attention. These men, mostly working-class guys spending their hard-earned money, are being systematically exploited by women who see them as nothing more than walking wallets. The economics are insane when you break them down. These women are making hundreds or thousands of dollars per night for literally doing nothing more than existing near men. Meanwhile, the men funding this system are working dangerous jobs, long hours, physical labor, creating actual value in the economy, just to hand their paychecks over to women who openly admit they hate them. And society not only allows this exploitation, it celebrates it. These women are praised as entrepreneurs and boss babes, while the men they're exploiting are mocked as losers and incels. It's the most backwards value system imaginable, where the people creating value are ridiculed and the people extracting value are praised. The man who called out the resource extraction hit the nail on the head. Women have created a system where they get all the benefits of male labor without any of the reciprocal responsibilities. They demand that men pay for dates, pay for drinks, pay for entertainment, pay for their lifestyle, but their money is always theirs and never shared. It's pure extraction with zero reciprocity. What's even more insidious is how this industry preys on male psychology. Men are biologically wired to seek female approval and companionship. The strip club industry weaponizes these natural impulses to extract money from men who are already struggling with loneliness and social isolation. It's psychological manipulation designed to separate men from their resources while giving them nothing of actual value in return. The women complaining about inconsistent income and bad nights are missing the point entirely. They're upset that their exploitation scheme isn't more reliable, not that they're participating in an exploitative system. They want guaranteed money for doing nothing, and they're frustrated that even their zero-effort, zero-skill money extraction strategy requires some level of hustle. Meanwhile, the men funding this system are working real jobs, solving real problems, building real things, and then handing their paychecks over to women who wouldn't spit on them if they were on fire. It's the most cuck behavior imaginable, and it's being encouraged by a society that has completely lost perspective on value creation versus value extraction. The most blackpilling aspect of all this is that these same women who openly exploit men for money then turn around and complain about not being able to find good men for relationships. They've spent years training themselves to see men as ATM machines, destroying their ability to pair bond or show genuine affection, and then wonder why high-value men won't commit to them. But here's the thing, men are starting to wake up. The comments calling out these women, the men refusing to participate in this system, the growing awareness of female nature, it's all signs that the simp economy is starting to collapse. More men are realizing that throwing money at women who despise them is not a path to happiness or fulfillment. The solution is simple. Stop funding your own exploitation. Don't go to strip clubs. Don't pay for OnlyFans. Don't throw money at women who see you as a walking wallet. Invest that money in yourself, your skills, your future. Let this entire predatory industry collapse from lack of funding. These women chose to build their lives around exploiting male loneliness instead of developing actual value. When men stop being willing to pay premium prices for fake attention, these women will have to face the reality of their choices. And based on these clicks, most of them are completely unprepared for a world where they actually have to contribute value instead of just extracting it.